our cuts, we want to make them at a 45-degree angle, and that way they're not flush cuts straight across, so 45-degree angle. And what I'm looking for along the stem is where the bud, the new growth bud, is facing, and I want to cut to the next outward facing bud, because if I cut to an inward facing bud, I'm going to have all the new growth come in and tangle with each other, right? And we want to open, really well ventilated, airy shrub. So I'm going to cut to the next outward facing bud and just above it at a 45-degree angle. So there's a good example there. So here's an outer limb here, outward facing bud, nice one right there. I'm going to take it back to there. All right, so we'll keep on working. This is getting a little bit out of control, so I'm going to take off the whole old wood branch right there. This one's a little thicker than these pruners want to go into, so I'm probably going to move up. Whoops. I could have moved up to a pair of loppers, so I'm taking, this is like, looks like a lot of growth I'm sacrificing, but you're going to see that it's going to come back and give you many more blooms when you cut it back hard. So no problems cutting out at least a third, if not to a half or 2/3 of the rose growth. So I'm going to finish off with this outward facing bud right here on this branch. Last one here, so that one's inward facing. I think that might be my next outward facing down here. And look for any more inside that I might want to take out. I think this is a little crowded down here. We want to give it a lot of nice air circulation in the middle, so we cut down on all those fungal issues. And I don't know, I think I might take this one out. This is where judgment comes in. So now you step back a little bit and say, are these two twins needed? What does it look like? What do I like? So at this point, I could cut a little more, I could leave it as is. So totally up to you on how far you want to go on the pruning of the roses. But I would say keep it to at least 18 inches tall and at least 3 to 4 growing branches. We're trying to clean out some of the old woody growth just for sanitation. And so we have this whole dead one back there. And I've gotten out the big guns with this lopper here. And let's see if I can get a better angle on this. But you see new growth coming there, new growth here, new growth here. But I'm going to try to get in the center there and cut out that old growth there. There we go. And then that one there. The old branches on your roses get this cracked old look on that. Then you know that you need to take that entire thing out, and see it starts to hollow out and can introduce insect pests and other diseases. So sometimes we like to be conservative and leave some of the old growth, but in this case, we're not going to get really any more new blooms or growth on this. So all of this old gray, kind of almost charcoal looking growth can go. So we'll be pruning that out with the loppers back all the way down to the base. See if I can come from the other side. That one right there, because these are out front for you. See, this is the problem with this guy. Out of the way. Get out of the way. Right there. And then we're going to take him out. This is where my yardscape bin is normally. Okay, and then there was this one, see, is dying back from the tip. So I'm going to take that back to that growth node facing out right there. That's a great example. But I don't need the big guns for that one, so I'm switching back to the regular hand pruners, since this is just a little tiny stem. There we go. Tip there. I'm going to take this whole thing out since it's facing into the shrub. And then we have some dead ones right there. And this one is making a whole squiggle break for it. He needs to go entirely. This one, so then you're deciding, keep this one, keep this one. I'm going to keep this one to its outward facing node right there, and eliminate the twin next to him entirely. So same thing up here. See how this is gonna start crossing and rubbing there? I like this one, leaving him, but I'm gonna take this guy entirely back out. And then same thing here, you've got this about to compete with that. So this one can go back to here and actually see some dead growth here, so that can come back all the way there. Now deciding which of these I want to keep, this guy or this guy. Since the sidewalk is over here and I'd rather the growth go back towards the street, I'm going to take this one all the way back as well. All right, he's looking pretty cleaned up. I still need to take out that one old woody stick over there, but otherwise I think this one's looking pretty good.